Record. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. So, welcome to week 12 of Blitz. I cannot believe that we made it for 90 days. That within itself is a big deal. Um, a lot of us came into this kind of uncertain. We didn't know what a blitz was. For many of us, it was our first time. For many of us, it was our fifth time, our 13th time. And basically what blitz was intended to be was just an all-out kind of 12-week rush, right? Where we held each other committed via team. We held each other committed via our own goals and via a big group. And with this blitz, we kind of set out to do things that we weren't normally doing, right? You know, I can't get this e-shot open, and I don't want to start using my teeth on camera, but I think that's what I have to do, because when you need an e-shot, you need an e-shot. But this blitz, I mean, we talked a lot about a lot of interesting things, right? Things that we don't normally talk about. We talked about things that were holding us back. We talked about our own fears and insecurities. We talked about the incredible profession of network marketing. We talked a lot about organizations staying committed and doing the do. And you know, I have a little article that I wanted to read to you guys, but thinking about the 12 weeks, what I think it boils down to is each and every one of us individually and each and every one of us as a community, right? So on your own, you have to make a decision that you want this, that you're going to work, that you're going to do the do each and every day. And if you think it's going to be a smooth road, you're kidding yourself. Kids get fevers, you get sick on a day when you have 7 appointments scheduled, you get laryngitis and lose your voice. All sorts of craziness happens. But you have to expect the craziness. You have to embrace the craziness, and you have to be willing to grow. And I also think it's very important every quarter for each of us to get to an event. Because while you're working by yourself and you're hustling and you're grinding and you're crying and you're really getting uncomfortable, I really think that when we get to an event and when we can bond with friends, like-minded people, when we can learn from experts, it really pushes us to grow. I have never been on a team call. I have never gone to an event, and I have never spoke to another leader where I didn't take some value away, right? You always learn and grow from everything and everyone, whether it's a book or a CD in your car, or, you know, just all of it makes you grow. So Brandon Bouchard, he is the author of a new book. It's called High Performance Habits, and it is just released on Amazon, and it is the #2 bestseller in business. And I loved this article that he wrote because to me, it really showed me that life is not easy. Right? And when people look and they're like, wow, you had your best year ever. To him, it was his worst year. It was his most difficult year, but he withstood it. Yes, the name of the book, Brandon Bouchard, and it is High Performance Habits. And the article that he wrote that really touched my heart was this. I'm working on this because it's been a particularly difficult year for me. I know that all the accolades can make it look like it's been a smooth sail for me sometimes, but the reality is that I have to fight to stay present and engaged throughout the chaos, just like anyone else. So I'm working on that. Each and every day, I'm working on that. I too often found myself complaining or slowing down in the last few months because of frustrations, because of sadness, or long hours. My grandmother passed away. I lost a huge amount of research and work when my computer crashed this summer. My secret place where I used to write all my books burned down in a fire, causing us to cancel some of our tours. I got sick on my media tour. He makes a funny joke about it that says that there's a notorious hotel scene of me sick behind the videos. The awesome challenges and growing pains of 2 global companies that I invest in. And the list can go on and on. We're all busy working hard. So don't worry, this is not a woe is me kind of story. We all struggle. I've simply learned that you can't overcome struggle if you hate the struggle. So anticipate it. Honor the struggle of achieving your dreams as part of the process. Don't complain, engage. Don't be surprised, expect it. Meet it with your highest and best self. Engage with the struggles and the crappy situations of life as an opportunity to challenge yourself to be present, to be better, and to grow. To all those who do this, who honor the difficult process of change with optimism, this is my love. I get very choked up. This is my love letter to all of you. To those who stand tall and bear life's moments of unfairness and obligation with strength and honor, this is my love letter to you. To those who fight hard for your family, doing work or activities that isn't always fun, that's often scary and uncomfortable, this is my love letter to all of you. To the veterans and their families who know struggle more than most, and who give us our freedom, this is my love letter to all of you. To those who feel motivated by a challenge, who care enough to seek excellence, who work through the troubles with a smile, this is my love letter to you. Oh man, I'm getting all fired up. I love my Sunday love letters to you. Sending you all love and appreciation and warm wishes. And how perfectly fitting is this letter to all of us, right? What a wonderful close and what a wonderful goodbye this is for all of us, because there have been challenges, there have been frustrations, but no matter what, we just kept showing up. We kept showing up every week in our costumes, in our wigs, in our hats, in our sunglasses with a smile. And for those of you that kept showing up, I mean, this is a letter to all of you. And that's what this opportunity here is about. It's not about being perfect. It's not about being excellent every day. It's not about being loved or adored by anyone, because Lord knows I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But no matter what, I'm going to keep showing up, and I'm going to keep doing my best, and I'm going to keep learning and growing and trying to be better tomorrow. And for every mistake that you've made, use it as a learning opportunity to grow and offer something to somebody else, right? Use your mistakes that you've made as an opportunity to prevent someone else from making them. Be patient. Be kind. Immerse yourself in gratitude. I laid in bed not feeling well, and all day I looked at pictures, just pictures of 4 years of my life. And I have to tell you, because of Isagenix, this has been the best 4 years of my life. For my children, the trips we've taken, the friends we've made, the financial opportunity that allows us to live without stress or worry. Even my relationship with my husband has improved because this self-development thing that Isagenix has thrown me into has caused me to become a better person to everyone around me, right? So I just want to take the time to really express gratitude. I've learned so much from all of you. Everyone's comments today were so incredibly beautiful and thoughtful and so transparent. I read all of your goals, and I believe 100% that you're all going to accomplish them. There is nothing in your way. There is nothing stopping you. So tomorrow, Monday, I'm ready to rock. I'm ready to go into this with a new attitude. I have my brand new notebook. I have 3 new notebooks out. I have a new book that I'm going to be reading, a clean book for follow-ups. And I feel like this is just a cleanse, right? Tonight's call is a wonderful cleansing breath as tomorrow we embark on a new journey. So I would love to ask some of the leaders to share. I'll start with Laura and then Ed and then Vicki, just to talk about what some of their takeaways have been and what they have found to be valuable and what they will be implementing for themselves as well as their teams. And we'll share some takeaways.
Thank you, Angela. I want to start off by profusely being in the utmost gratitude for you, your friendship, and your leadership. This is not our first Blitz, and when you asked me about it, I was just, I could just not say no, even though I was in a place where I'm, going through stuff like we all are. We're all going through stuff. We're all human. And so I couldn't say no, because you are such a servant leader, and I am so grateful. And the more I've gotten to know you, the more I fall in love with you. So thank you so much for giving us this forum. And what I wanted to say about this Blitz is every single time, you guys, that you were posting those points every week, remember that is, like, a lot of people ask me, what do you do with your time? Like, sometimes I sit there and I'm dedicating this time to Isagenix, but I don't know what to do. That's what you do. You earn those points. Those points were really just the dangling carrot to how to build your business. What do you do when you sit there for 2 hours if you've dedicated it to Isagenix? Look at those points. How do I earn points today? So I wanted to really give you an example. Like, right now we're in the championship challenge. I'm not going for the championship challenge because I can't go on the trip anyway, but I'm always going for it because those are the daily activities that I do. So I'm in the top, 10. Our team is part of the winning team because I'm doing the do every single day, even when I'm not dedicating 16 hours a day like I used to. But it's those points, the championship challenge, the Blitz, it's those challenges that taught me what I should be doing every day. And that's just what I do. That's why people ask me, how do you win all the contests? How do you, win every ISO Derby? It's just what I do every day. It's about consistency and treating it as a business. So what I wanted to leave everyone, everybody on this group has been so committed. I see so much growth, even on my own team. I'm so proud of so many of you. And I wanted to leave you with this. This is a business like anything else. And when we had that, hurricane stuff going on that we didn't have, it was super frustrating not having electricity and not really being scared. We live by the water. We were actually really freaked out that we were going to lose our home. And it was so much going on. And I remember I was with a group of people where one person was a restaurant owner, and he was the whole entire time he was concerned about his restaurant, like his employees. And even when we didn't have electricity, he would go somewhere or cell phone service to see, when he was going to reopen the restaurant. How can I be of service to the community to feed them? He was always concerned about that restaurant. And that really taught me through all that about my business as well, because we did keep touching our business. Rick and I were doing all these bunch of plans on where we were going to go to get connectivity and service. And we were all, really concerned about our business the whole time. And that's how you have to treat this. You have to treat it like you owned a restaurant or you owned your own business, because you do. Like Lisa DeMayo says, work as if your life depended on it, because the life that you want does. And so this is a business, and I see people work really, really, really hard for other people. And I see them show up. They have to show up for work every single Monday through Friday. They have to show up, and they don't show up for themselves and for their own businesses. So I wanted to just leave you guys with that just idea that in order to be successful, look at Angela, like just show up. That's so important. I love that you said that the other day, Angela. Just show up. This is your $1 million business. You can't on a Sunday feel tired and not go open your restaurant because you have a commitment to your business. So this is just the same thing. And then gratitude. We're in the middle of a 28 days of gratitude with another group. Gratitude is such a big part of my life. And what I wanted to say about that is that celebrate every single, like they say, celebrate every single cycle. Instead of complaining about the elevator being broken, take the stairs. You know, you're a solutions finder. That's what your job is. So celebrate every cycle and be completely grateful for this blitz and everything that you've done. Even if you didn't meet your goals, be grateful.
Awesome.
Oh, wait, and one more thing. I had one more thing. You wrote something about mastering your best self. And I remembered reading something, or I think it was Robin Sharma that said it in a leadership meeting that I went to. And he says, in order to double your income, you must triple your personal development. And so that's really important. So thank you, Angela, for always teaching us about personal development as well.
Thank you, Laura. That was awesome. How about you, Ed? I'll just go down the bottom.
Whatever Laura said, but I'll just leave it at that. Does that work? Yeah, wow. Thank you for all that, Laura. That was awesome, and 100% on point. What I can tell you guys is, I believe one of the most important things to have is belief in yourself, one, and believe in this industry, right? I think most people, those are the two biggest struggles for people. And, if you're, and you can tell, if you're working your business, at a between a 4 to 6 level, I always ask my team, are you working at a 1 to 10 level, 10 being you're full out, balls out, 100% in, nothing stopping you. You're never working at 10, right? Because then you're just perfect. But if you're working a 4 to 6, it's usually because you don't have belief in yourself. There's things holding you back, and you don't have belief in the industry, right? We all know we have the best company. We all know we have products that work, and we obviously have the best compensation that works. So if you are working on that 4 to 6 scale, ask yourself why. What's holding you back from going to 7 to 8 to 9, as far to 10 as you can get. The other thing that, I think you have to, is really important is, guys, we have the systems and the tools, right? I had people on my team that joined, followed the systems, followed the tools, and for some reason thought they have a better way. And they all failed. I'm not saying they did it wrong. I'm just saying you guys have systems, you guys have tools. Everything that we need to be successful is provided to us. Right? I mean, you have Angela and Laura and Dr. Ina and Drew. Everyone, those 4 aren't even financially connected together, but here they are teaching us and showing us things to do. So, don't think that you have to invent your own way of doing anything. Don't think that you have to create, a system. Just follow it, right? And keep in mind that to be successful, you have to be duplicatable. And I can't, that's also important because, guys, if you complicate things for yourself, you're complicating it for your team. And it's not duplicatable. You want to enroll, do 3-way calls. Run a consultant, ask them if they know 2 people want to lose 5 pounds. Anything you do that's simple, people will follow. Duplicatable, right? And you remember, an organization or a business that's successful is one that can run by its own. So if you can teach what you're doing and it's simple, other people will do it. Right? If you have to have an hour conversation because you're nervous to tell somebody, show someone how to become a consultant, think about what they have to go through. Right? So keep it simple and make yourself duplicatable, and just really get the belief in yourself that you can do this, you deserve this, your family deserves this, and everyone out there deserves to try our products. right? They don't have to be successful, but it's your job to put products into people's body. That's it. Your job to put products into people's body. So, congratulations also to all of you guys that made it through 12 weeks. I don't know what blitz number this is of mine. Angela can probably tell you, but I've never missed a call. I've never missed a blitz. We have grown or not. If I'm not personally growing, I'm making sure I'm helping someone else grow. So every single one of you, when you leave NYKO, should have a team with you that's going to blitz coming in January, right? Because you're going to step up into a leadership role and grow your own team. You got to have confidence in yourself. You made it through this 12 weeks. Was it bad? We're all alive, right? We're all here. We all had fun. And a lot of us grew. So congratulations to everybody. Well, this would be great if I could always use it.
Sorry. I was looking for the photo I wanted to show everyone and congratulate Ed and Bessie for hitting $750,000 club. They just hit it this week. I was actually looking for that picture that I had of you guys, but I can't find it. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Took me a lot of skill set to make that picture. So I just want to share this with all of you because these are real people, real lives that are being changed. So congratulations to Ed and Bessie for hitting this magnificent milestone in their business. And I'm so incredibly proud of you guys, and I can't wait to see you guys as our first team millionaires. So thank you for all you do, Ed. Okay, let's hear from Vicky, and then we'll pass it over to Drew.
Hi. Well, first, Ange, thank you so much. I mean, this blitz, I really liked it because there were other leaders on, and it was nice every week to hear the Dunskys and to hear Laura and Drew. I mean, you and Ed are here all the time, but no, I'm just kidding. It's always good, and it really did change it up a little bit. I'm going to implement what Laura just said about the gratitude, and I think it's at a good time. I didn't start that, but I am going to start that, definitely. I was very excited for this blitz. This is my first blitz. I think this is number 12 or 13, I don't know. There was no one who dropped out. Everybody finished it until the end, and I think that says something. You know what? There were maybe a lot of times that there were a lot of zeros and no points handed in. They stuck with it till the end, and they got on the calls and they showed up. So I think that speaking from my personal experience, it was one of the best because everybody was doing the assignments, and the assignments were fun and different compared to a lot of other blitzes that we've had. So I liked it a lot, and I'm excited for NYKO because I feel like this time around we really showed with the 2 Super Saturdays, we really showed how important it was to get to an event. And I think I'm going to probably have, a huge amount of people compared to what I've had in the past. It's been growing to get to NYKO. So I loved it. I thought it was great. I love seeing new faces, meeting new people during this blitz, and just learning from everybody, And I've gotten so many messages, nice things from a lot of people on here. And thank you for including me in this because you really didn't have to, and I appreciate it. Now my goal is to finish out strong for the cruise. My goal is to finish in the top, not even to go, but to the top 100. So I'm not that far away again. But thank you, and thank you for everybody for getting on and listening every week. And I think it's not bad. 79 people finishing the last of the 12 weeks, and
yeah, I love it. So I would say that from Laura, great point, is just touching your business every day and staying consistent. That was my biggest takeaway. I think from Ed, just keep it simple. We have a system. Don't overcomplicate it. Follow the system. Don't reinvent the wheel. And from Vicky, what I really take away is the speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. And she's right. Maybe they did hand in zeros, but you know what? They didn't quit. they played until the end, and they're still all in the game. And I think that's has a lot to do with the leader, because she goes to events, she plugs into polls, she shows up. So, keep that in mind. The speed of the leader is the speed of the pack. You cannot complain about your downline if you're not being a good example for them of the things that they need to do and what they should be doing. So I think those are all wonderful, wonderful tips and takeaways. And I'm looking for Drew Berman. I did see him. There he is. You're on page 2 now. I don't know why, but here you are. Can you hear me, Drew?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're on page 1. There he is. Okay.
Well, this was amazing. I, love and appreciate you, Angela, and, made good friendships over the last 12 weeks. I can't believe it's been 12 weeks. And this morning I went for a bike ride, and I've been biking for about 20 years. I've got a really good bike. I'm pretty fit. I'm a good athlete. I eat good nutrition and good superfoods. I've been spinning a lot, and I got smoked. Like, I couldn't keep up with this group. And there's 3 levels in my bike club, A, B, and C. And C is usually beginners. B is like, you would think, the middle of the road athlete, and A is like superstars. So sometimes there's so many B's that there's B plus and B minus. And I'm like a B rider, but in my particular club, they're very athletic. They're extremely good cyclists. So after a couple miles, I could not keep up. So Tony Robbins talked about changing expectations for appreciation. I actually expected to be in the middle of the pack. I expected to be able to keep up today. I expected to have a really great bike ride. And 20 years in, I got dusted. I was dead last. So a couple times the leader, Angela said, the leader, speed of the leader, speed of the pack, the leader came back to get me, and then we would draft off each other. If I rode behind him, I'd be able to go faster with less energy and less effort because I'm working with a team. Even in working with a team, I couldn't keep up, and I got dropped a couple times. So the ego started to kick in. And how often does that happen to us in this business? We say we've been in this long, we go with our team, everyone's blitzing, and then you can't keep up. And then do we beat ourselves up about it? And then I was exhausted all day. It like wiped me out. I got windburn. I got frostbite on my feet. It was like 28 degrees. We did 30 miles in less than about 2 hours. So we were cranking it. So I still got exercise. I still got fresh air. I still got out and about. And I realized there's just another, they kept saying to me, don't worry about it. We're not in a race. We're not in a rush. And they all waited for me, even though I took a little longer. But I'm used to going faster. So my lesson for this business is, yeah, I think every one of us, including Kathy Coover, wishes we were further ahead along, wishes the business would go faster, wishes, where's my turn? Where's my due? I've been cycling for 20 years. I couldn't keep up today. So how long does it take in this business to get to the end goal? Well, there is no end. It's just the journey. And that was a good wake-up call for me, because if we are thriving, how many people on our teams are not? If we're not thriving, how many people are on our teams are we holding back? So I love the Blitz. I love working with Angela. I love the fact that you invited me to do this right after celebration. And I love that, in fact, our families are getting to know each other. I love that I drove 2.5 hours to see you do your Super Saturday last week, and it was awesome. So I'm just proud to be part of this journey and this team. And next week, a couple of us are going out to see Eric Worre in Arizona. So you can be for sure we'll bring back the goods for you there. I have 2 appointments tomorrow with Travis Garza, with some superstars that I've met along the way, and you never know who they're going to be or where you're going to find them. So just keep plugging along, and if you ever see me trailing behind, come and get me so we can all work together as a team.
We would never leave you behind. You know who Drew Berman is to me? Do you guys remember that 80s commercial, the owl that would say how many licks to get to the center of the Tootsie Pop? That is Drew Berman to me, the wise old owl. He's got story upon story upon story. But when I first started and I had no upline and I didn't know what I was doing, he was one of the first people to get on a 3-way phone call. He was one of the first people to do a team call for me. He was one of the first real live network marketers that I've ever met. I actually found that first picture of me, you, and Dr. Ina, and it's come full circle, and it's incredible. I'll never leave you behind, that's for sure.
Awesome.
Thank you, Drew. So I would love to hear some takeaways. I would love to hear some shares, maybe from somebody who's never stepped out and shared before. Don't be shy. What did you guys take away from this Blitz, and what are you going to implement? What was the most valuable for you? I'm going to start calling on people.
I'll speak, Angela,
I'll
if
share.
that's okay.
Okay. Hi.
Who you got?
Let's go with Jody, ladies first, and then I'll hit you up, Jamie.
Okay.
Thank you. So first of all, thank you, Angela, for allowing us to be a part of this Blitz, and to all the leaders for all of your training every week. This 12 weeks was a commitment for me. I hadn't been on team calls a whole lot. I'd gone to a couple of events, but I decided to commit and to be here, and have been on the calls, my team calls, and it's amazing what a difference that makes. And I'm, could beat myself up for not doing it sooner, but I was letting life get in the way. A lot of great takeaways, but really just being there, showing up, and doing the do every day, and not letting things get in the way. All distractions are created equal, and not letting those things get in the way. I'm so inspired by all of you and everything that you do, and just so unbelievably grateful to be able to be a part of this. The training was just unbelievable. Every single week I had amazing takeaways. So just thank you so much.
Awesome. What's one thing that you learned that you think you will implement into your business?
Picking one thing is going to be difficult. But I would say, one of our more recent calls, we talked about tracking, and really tracking. Like, I do have notes on what I'm doing daily, but I wasn't tracking presentations, and I wasn't tracking, I was tracking enrollments, but not as well as I want to be doing it. So really tracking presentations, and my new goals are, not just 3 connections a day, but 3 new connections. I'm not counting reconnecting with old friends as a new connection anymore, but actually 3 new people that I did not know before that I'm going to be connecting with. And then I'm also now tracking my presentations daily, because I wasn't doing that. And I understand that that's really the bread and butter, and that's where I need to be.
I love it. And you know what? It seems like after this Blitz, your standards have raised a little bit. And that's what is going to happen to you guys, is that your standards are going to raise, and you're going to start living above the line. And don't be surprised if a lot of the people who who you've been working with, who you've been close with, are not above the line, right? Doesn't mean you're going to get upset with them because they're still down here. It doesn't mean that you're going to get frustrated with them because they're still down here. It just means that you're going to accept them where they are and give them time to grow, right? Just because you've had your growth spurt and now you're above the line, don't expect everybody else to be there so quickly. Right? Just be patient with them, be tolerant with them, because you guys are coming out of this Blitz like firecrackers, right? I don't want you, being tough on every single person on your team who hasn't had their revelation yet. Just be patient and meet them where they are, and keep pushing them to grow, and anticipate that soon they will be there. They will be above the line, but you guys definitely are there. So I'm really excited about that. How about you, Jamie?
The turning point for me in the Blitz was really Eric Worre's 20 and 30 video. In terms of the blitz, I could say I didn't do the do in terms of enrollments, things like that. But as a learning experience for me right now, excellent. It's got to be my time, and I know that right now is not my time. I have some personal challenges that are huge in my life. I'm also a self-employed logging contractor. When I learned this industry, like I know my logging industry, well, I'll say look out. But those are the steps that I know now that I need to do. And it's not a give up. It's a definite keep up with the challenge.
I love it. I love it. And what I can put on a big old sticky note card in front of my computer is try for progress and not perfection. And that's if I'm I don't know who that is, but it's a little loud. Jamie, strive for progress, not perfection. Every day, do a little reading, listen to a little podcast, have a little conversation. If you can commit to listen, maybe the 3, 3, and 3 is too much for you, and you can't commit to that. Why commit to something you can't do? But commit to something small. Maybe while you are going to work, you can listen to a podcast to get more educated. Maybe
Right.
while you are driving to a conference for work, you can listen to an audiobook. Every day you can grow yourself as a person and commit to something small. Even one conversation, one rekindling of a friendship. Every contact is a great contact. You know, I see some people, they set their sights so high. I'm going to talk to 5 people a day, every day. I'm going to sign up 10 people this month. I'll be executive in the next 60 days. And then they don't do any of it. And then they throw in the towel. It's also not so good to, you know, what was that great thing that we heard at our Super Saturday? The guy said that his father, who dropped out of school with a 3rd grade education, told him that if you shoot low and you hit, I'll be upset with you. If you shoot high and miss, I'm not going to be mad at you. At least you were reaching for the stars. You know, and that's what I think. Just shoot high. Just try your best. Just push yourself and challenge yourself however little bit that you can. This is residual income. This adds up over time. Over time, it compounds. You know, as long as you stay active and keep ordering that 100 BV, you're already doing something towards your nest egg. Right? So there's always something we can be doing. And I want to thank you for sharing that. That's not easy to share.
No, you're welcome.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, Jamie. Anyone else have a takeaway? I see Paulie, and then Ed said Carol McLucas. Are you kidding? She's teasing you. He's teasing you. How about you, Paulie? Take it away.
Hey, Angela, how are you?
Great.
Hey, just want to piggyback on what Jamie just talked about. I was just on our team call with the Dunskies, and I believe it was my enrolling sponsor reached down, way down his downline to a guy that had been staying, you know, ordered his 100 BV every month. And, my enrolling sponsor reached out to him. Guy signed up 2 people and went with those 2 enrollments, went 3-star. So got a nice little bonus check for the holiday. So, you know, little steps, you know, and just progress. To me, progress is perfection. So just, you know, keep at it. It'll happen when you're ready for it.
And God bless the coach who had the common sense to look down into the downline and say, hey, buddy, I don't know if you know what you've got, but, you know, it's our job to explain to people. Somebody might have 300,000 points sitting there on one leg, and they don't have a clue what that means. You be the one to explain. Don't wait for somebody else to do it. You know, I live in New York City, and I tell you, so many times there's a homeless person sleeping on the street, and people will walk right over them. You know, there'll be somebody sick or needing help, and everybody else will walk by and ignore. don't be the one that's going to walk by and ignore it. You be the one to stop and offer someone a blanket. You be the one to stop and ask someone if they need a helping hand. You be the difference maker. You be the change maker. If everybody sits around and waits for everybody else to do it, my God, this world is not going to get any better, right? We've got to take it upon ourselves to go out there and volunteer and do good things and buy somebody a cup of coffee and have your kids go to the fire department and draw a picture for the firefighters or bake some cookies for the cops. You be the good doer in this world, right? And I feel the same way with my business. I'm not going to wait for somebody else to look in that icicles. Jenny Elo found Jessica Rayner umpteenth levels down. And with one magical phone call, Jessica Rayner saw something magnificent that she would have never seen before. As a result of this woman, Jenny Elo, reaching down to Jessica Rayner left her corporate job, became one of the fastest Isagenix millionaires, is now a foster mom of a beautiful little girl. Her entire life changed because Jenny Elo didn't wait for somebody else to do it, right? She had the heart to reach out, to look in her downline, to really fish in that tree and say, who can I help? Who can I help today? And that's what Isagenix means to me. It's about being a go-giver. It's about being a helper. It's about showing someone an opportunity of what's available, what's possible. People don't know what they don't know. But if you do, you owe it to somebody to help, right? And that's all we're doing. Whether they want to do it or not is up to them. But it's our job to keep showing, keep talking, keep telling. We all believe what we have here is incredible, right? Lynn Hagedorn says, don't be selfish. Don't be stingy. Don't be stingy with this magnificent thing that we have. So do we have any other shares? Sarah.
Yeah, so I've learned a lot along the way, obviously, but my biggest thing is watching you and your team just, your family. You've just become this like great big family who helps each other out, and that's been really exciting for me. And I've actually put a lot more focus into my small team that I'm building. And we just had a Super Saturday a couple weeks ago, and I had all 4 of my business builders there, and that was really exciting. So that's been really, like, building my team is really has taken a priority. Before that, I was like, oh, enrollments, and now it's like building my team and reaching down and helping them. So that's been, watching you and your team has been really, really awesome.
That is the biggest compliment that I have ever received because I love my team. I have about 27 priority gift bags downstairs. I send gifts frequently, whether it's a t-shirt or a pen or a card. Last month, I took my consultants out for a cooking class where we all got to cook. I really, really like them. I love them, and I really want this for them. And if there's anything that I can do, right, you see something that maybe the rest of them don't yet. And if you can rub off some of your magic, some of your vision on them and enhance their lives, you're giving them the biggest gift. Creating that culture, that camaraderie, that fun, it really is an important part of it. Laura, a lot of the people on her team are her childhood best friends. She's known Mercy, I think, since they're like in kindergarten, right? Not all of us are lucky enough to have that, but we should all be creating that kind of culture. These are not just people that we enroll and hope for the best. Listen, some people I enroll and I don't like them one bit. They are not nice. They are rude. They don't accept they ignore my call. But then you meet some people who are just incredible. And you're like, oh my God, share a room with me. Let's go to NYKO. Let's do this. Not everyone, right? But you get your 5. you get your 10, you get your 20, and before you know it, there will be 100 of you at celebration together, taking a huge team photo. And that day will be the best day of your life because you know that you started this, you know, and it's crazy. I never thought that my friends from New York would follow me to an event in California, but you've got to make that culture. So thank you. I really, really love my team, and I'm glad that it shows. Anyone else? Any takeaways? Last call. And then I'm going, thank you, Jennifer. I have my Theraflu waiting. Okay, well, thank you so much, guys. I really enjoyed this Blitz. I hope you keep using your activity trackers. I hope you stay in touch with your team. Keep learning, keep growing, keep vibing off each other. Don't stop. Don't stop. You know, write out a map. Where are you going to be in the first quarter of January 2018? Where do you see yourself by NYKO? Then challenge yourself. Where do you see yourself by celebration of 2018? Right? Make sure you have a plan. Make sure you have a destination. Know where you are going, because if you don't have a path, there's no clear road to get there. Right? So I love you guys. Thank you so much for an amazing 12 weeks. A huge thank you to our leaders for agreeing to do this and all the messaging and the chatting and the lesson planning. And I hope you guys all took something of value away and pay it forward to the rest of your teams. Thank you and have an amazing night, everyone. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Angela.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.